don't know what every candle's gonna do. I don't. I'm waiting on my setup. When my setup comes out, I'm gonna take my setup. I'm gonna do that 1 or 2 times a day, and then I'm gonna close the computer. Wake up, do it tomorrow. The mundane, boring things. I was watching Mike Todd preach last week, and that's what he was talking about, the fundamentals, the fundamentals. And it was so funny. He talked about it as a musician, and it's so true. Young musicians used to ask me this all the time. What do you practice? What do you practice? And they used to hate my answer, but I used to say scales. You turn on the metronome and you play your scales, bro. You just turn on the metronome and you play your scales. And it's so boring. It's so sister act. Da 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 da. I mean, it's so boring, but when you start having to play, you feel a sort of freedom from being rigid. And that's the truth. Like in this market, we know because you watch every candle, you're going to start feeling like having these inklings and knowing candles. Lamar, you ever thought about like the trader in music? I see it all the time. But like the trader who's maybe they've been in a class or they started like a month ago and it seems like they hit this lick like every day they're making 450, 500, 600, 200. And then what happens? They hit like month two and they're like, man, I can't find a trade. Anybody ever tell you that before? Either a mentor session or anything like that?
Yeah, yeah. I lived the life. I'm in it. So yeah, yeah. Keep going. Yeah, I know all
Right,
about it.
right. And to me, it's the same thing that happens as a musician, right? Like, for example, Michael Jackson is a musician. James Brown is a musician, but so is the guy who's the dean of keyboard and piano at Berkeley, right?
Hmm.
This guy's got every degree you can think of, right? Every last degree. And, he's a musician, and so is Rihanna, right?
Right.
So if the goal is to get to the paper, right? Like if the goal is just bread, then who won? I would have to say Rihanna won because the dean ain't got nowhere near the paper Rihanna got. Nowhere near. You know what I'm saying? And in music, it's the same thing. Like I know singers that can sing their face off. When I tell you like face, like sing their whole face off, like every note impeccable, every last one. And then you have a singer like Paul McCartney, who he can hold a note. He's pretty good. But here we go with Mr. Hold a Note that sold billions and billions and billions of dollars worth of records. And you have Mr. Can sing his face off, like will sing you into tears or laughter. And he's at your local pub making
Right.
150 for 4 hours of work. What's going on? Like, what's the difference? And to me, what I found is like it's a sweet spot thing. You know what I'm saying? You have great writers and musicians and producers that really, I mean, just amazing work. And then you have like Drummer Boy. And Drummer Boy basically knows how to turn on one machine, make it make a certain kind of noise, and then walk off. And Drummer is paid for doing
Right.
that. Where is this spot where too much education becomes detrimental to your progress? Right? So that is one of the reasons why you haven't seen me really add any more videos to the Teachable. And to be honest, after the new year, I was going to strip some of it down. You see what I'm saying? Because what happens is traders acquire enough information to be successful, feel successful, acquire too much information and can't find their way to the simple thing. Like now we have to know what's happening on every Kindle. When used to be, we was just watching for ABC 1, 2, 3.
Right.
That's all we was watching for. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
There's a simplicity that has to be reapplied after you get very heady. There is a basic fundamentalness that has to stay inside your trading, even once you get to like that level of being able to see so many different things. In my last 3 to 4 months journey as a trader has been very difficult. And the reason it's been very difficult is because I run a room where it's my job to see everything. Whereas when I'm trading by myself, I can see one thing, and that's the job. It's easy enough to just see the one thing and to let it go. So, what I encourage you is take everything that you know, absolutely everything, and just boil it all back down. Just boil it all back down to I'm waiting for this, and that, because if this, and that happens, I know I'm gonna do this. Like I don't care if it'll keep going down off of 96. I don't really care if about selling off of 3,500. What I'm waiting for is my setup. When I see my setup, I'm taking